Hello, my name is Leah Reynolds, and I am the Chief Diversity Officer for TNG Consulting. In recognition of Black History Month, TNG honors historically Black colleges and universities. HBCUs were established before the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to give African Americans access to education, which was denied to them during slavery and segregation. HBCUs play a transformative role in bridging the opportunity gap within higher education, and they have and continue to produce Black trailblazers. Today, we honor Bethune-Cookman University, and I have joining me Vice President of Enrollment Management and Student Experience, AJ. Thank you, AJ, for joining me. So for starters, tell me about Bethune-Cookman and what makes Bethune-Cookman University so special.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me today. And this is a passionate subject of mine, one that I've been blessed to talk about many times over and can do it many times over again because it's so important to me.
Yeah.
We are a unique campus. We are a unique institution. One reason is because of our founder, the heroine, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune.
Yes.
Now, if you think about where she was when she began this institution in 1904. I mean, we're talking now about the turn of the century when our people had only been out of the throes of slavery for much less than a decade, several decades, of course. You still had those living at that time who themselves had been in slavery. In fact, Dr. Bethune's parents were former slaves as she grew up in South Carolina. And it was in that environment that she decided she was going to come to Daytona Beach, Florida, that she was going to help the children of Black railroad workers to get an education. And it happened that those children were Black women, Black young women. And so with that small group of young girls, her son in tow, she began what would eventually become Bethune-Cookman University. And that was with only $1.50 that she began this school. That is a tremendous story of grit, tenacity, vision, but also faith, because she recounts over and over again the moments that it seemed as if Bethune-Cookman would not continue, but it did because of prayer and because of faith. And today we have close to 3,000 students that join us from almost 30 different states around the country, several countries around the world. We have an expansive curriculum. We graduated some of the finest graduates that have hit the HBCU arena and have gone out and shown what our schools can accomplish. And so we're very proud of that. And by the way, when it comes to our 107 schools, there are only 2 that have been founded by women, Voorhees and us here at Bethune-Cookman University. So we're very proud of that. We believe that when it comes to Black history, we hold a very important hallmark in who we are as Black people. And we hope to continue to strengthen that year over year, because we know that that's our responsibility to do so.
I appreciate that answer. And I want to follow up a little bit more into that hallmark comment that you made, because as you mentioned, the history, which I, think you did a very excellent job in explaining, how Bethune-Cookman University is uniquely different. And I love that, you are one of 2 institutions founded by a woman. But let's talk about that history a little bit more, if you will. Can you tell me some about, the legacy that historically Black colleges and universities have in the footprint of this country's education, and why we must continue to uphold that legacy?
Well, one way to think about this is beginning with the end in mind. Where are we today as Black people, and where would we be had historically Black colleges and universities have never appeared on the landscape? It is a fact that our Black middle class, out of which was born any sense of Black upperclassness, if you will, is a direct correlation to our historically Black colleges and universities. When you look at the core of what makes up this Black middle class, the Black professionalism that we have as Black people, we're talking about jobs like physicians, dentists, computer engineers, business owners, CEOs, judges, and so forth. That the majority of these individuals, over the course of our ability as Black people to fully participate in this American idea, the majority of those individuals have been born out of HBCUs. And that's a remarkable statement to make when you think about the percentage of Black students that HBCUs enroll each year. HBCUs only take up 3% of the nation's 5,000 colleges and universities, both profit and nonprofit. We only enroll 17% of college-going Black students every year. And yet we graduate over 20% of degreed Black people every year. Now that's a tremendous return on investment. And it's out of that has been the general sense that pride is what keeps us going. It is this effect that we put into our students when they come to our schools and become a part of something larger than who they are. They become a part of that legacy of these individual unique campuses, the people that have gone before them, those that have overcome the obstacles, both in that place, as well as the places that they would go from there to achieve what they've achieved. And it pushes the student to recognize the fact that I can do that as well, and that I have a responsibility to go out and to do that. It's that motivation that makes our schools the essence of who they are. Now, I'll just end by just saying, I don't think that there's ever been a time in the history of our HBCUs, and we've been around since slightly before the Civil War, in fact, where we have had more recognition than what we have today. And I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
This is my 28th year in and around HBCUs. Between my wife and I, we have over 18 members of our families that have gone to HBCUs. We've sent our children to HBCUs. So we are very committed to this concept of historically Black colleges and universities. And yet I can proudly say that I have never stood in a moment of my HBCU experience where I have felt so much gratitude for the appreciation of what that HBCUs are enjoying today. But I will say, I will caution us, those of us who think that this is something brand new, that HBCUs have just come on the scene and we're just now doing this work. That is not true at all. And the numbers bear it out. We've been around a long time and we've been producing a very long time. We're just getting the recognition that we fully deserve in this moment in time.
You are absolutely right. HBCUs deserve more than just recognition. We need to properly make sure that we are funding HBCUs and we continue as a country to uplift the legacy, the history, and the great work that HBCUs continue to do in the lives of not just Black Americans, but many in this country. So AJ, I thank you very much for joining me today. I am very proud and honored myself to have spoken with you and to celebrate not just Black History Month, but you and Bethune-Cookman University. Any final words that you have with us about Bethune-Cookman University?
Well, we are rising is the saying, and it is certainly true here at BCU. We are enjoying a tremendous enrollment growth. We are proud of our accomplishments amongst our even recent graduates, placements in organizations like NASA and Google and firms like McKinsey and Company and so forth. And we're also very thankful for our scholarship. We are very blessed to have some of the most noted scholars from around the world, our dean of our business school, Dr. Larry Drake, who also serves as our interim president, is the former head of operations for all North Africa for the Coca-Cola Company. Our dean of our STEM school, Dr. Dawn Eastman, is the former dean at Scripps College in California, and so on, and so forth. So we're excited about the place that where we are. And we know that there is excitement for what is coming. And we do have much that is coming our way. We will be celebrating our 120th anniversary soon. And we look forward to just telling the world more about our story and honoring Dr. Bethune.
Thank you very much. And we will continue to make sure that we follow Bethune-Cookman University, and we continue to uplift you and the remainder of our HBCUs. This is Leah Reynolds. I thank you and I appreciate you for joining us for this segment.